oh my God, I'm absolutely screwed. This is one of the biggest days of my life, and I've bodged this up royally.
You spoke previously about your family and how you've been on holiday with your family and also your engagement. And I know the story behind your engagement.
Oh, mate.
Is there a particular holiday that means the most to you?
I think so. Basically, I'll try and do this quick story as much as possible. I went on a holiday to Rome and Croatia. My family, this was recently, a year and a bit ago, family had booked a villa in Croatia. Me and my wife, not my wife at the time, but my girlfriend, were going to Rome for 5 days. Incidentally, my brother and his now wife went to Dubrovnik for a few days. And then we all did sort of little things, but then we all met in Croatia for this family holiday at the end. So we did sort of a bit of time with my wife, then met the family. My plan was to propose on this holiday because I thought it'd be brilliant. All my family there to celebrate afterwards. And afterwards, we were going back to see Alex's family the next day. So it was like perfect scenario. Anyway, the day that I'm going to Rome is the day that my mum and dad are going to Croatia. My dad, as he's checking in, him and my mum have the 2 passports in his left breast pocket, drops the passport onto the conveyor belt at an airport, which I've never seen before, lost the passports. When he goes to check in, they said, "Where's your passport?" He goes, "I don't know." Anyway, they spent 2 hours with the help of airport security at Gatwick, who my dad says were phenomenal, by the way. 2 hours. They managed to track one of the passports down on CCTV that was just randomly on one of the conveyor belts that was, a long way away from the point at which they'd lost it. Yeah. They managed to find one of the passports. Now, you wouldn't believe this. They found my dad's passport. Now, my dad was in the doghouse at this point, so he's thinking, please be Sally's passport. They went, "We found your passport, Mike, but there is no sign of Sally's, and we've searched CCTV for 2 hours." So anyway, they've found my dad's and my mum. So anyway, they've got a decision to make. My mum's just said, "Look, you just go because there's no advantage to you staying and us losing even more money on 2 flights. You might as well go. I'll stay home." We were still in communication. So my dad decided to go. My dad then checked in the wrong suitcase because, when you go away with one person, usually one of you, like my dad would be the heavy man. He was being, nice and lifting both the suitcases on. So you just check in 2. So anyway, he's checked in my mum's suitcase under his name. So my dad, who's on medication, not only is he gone to Croatia, he's left my mum behind because he's lost her passport, and he's left all of his medication in his suitcase and gone away with my mum's, bikinis and outfits and got no clothes. So it's just a complete disaster. Anyway, I've thought this. So I'm due to propose to Alex the next day in Rome, right? My mum's rang me like really upset, but trying not to be upset, saying, "Don't let it ruin your thingy. I've just come back. I've had a call from the embassy. There's a chance I might not be able to come because there is a 7-day waiting list to get my passport renewed, and I might not be able to come." So I'm then thinking, and I can hear the sort of tears in her eyes, but she's saying, "Please don't let me affect your engagement." But then put yourself in my shoes. I can't then go and get proposed and then go to Croatia with my whole family and not my mum. My dad's saying, to be honest, I'm probably going to leave anyway to go back to your mum because I feel so guilty. So then I'm thinking, well, my parents aren't there. Alex is oblivious to all of this that I'm proposing. At the same day, I've got the ring in, stupidly, mate. I've got the ring in this man bag that I've got. We've gone to go to this really nice restaurant, and this guy's come around and said, "Do you want to do this tour of the Colosseum? There's a slot opening in half an hour." And I'm thinking, no, not today, because I've got the ring on me. Alex has gone, "Go on, we've got to do it." This Italian bloke, mate, was unbelievably persuasive. Next thing I know, I'm standing in a queue, going into the Colosseum. I had my mum in tears saying she might not be able to come on holiday. No idea what I'm doing with the engagement. We're going through a metal detector with about 1,000 people with a ring that I'm about to propose to Alex, who incidentally, by the way, I was always going to propose to her in a quiet location with no one else around because she would have hated it if I'd done it in a group of people. So where am I at this point? I'm at one of the most famous landmarks in the world, honestly, with about 1,000 people. The geezer's then given me a headset for everyone to go, "This is how we communicate." So I'm going up to him going, "I've got a ring in here. And there's a metal detector going, I can't hear you." And I can hear him talking through the headset. I'm going, "Oh my God, I'm absolutely screwed. This is one of the biggest days of my life, and I've bodged this up royally." Anyway, so I then had this genius idea to go. Alex said, "Oh, this queue's quicker." I said, "No, it's not. This queue's definitely quicker." And anyway, I've managed to persuade her to go, "Well, let's have a little race then, see who's right, which is quicker." So we've basically gone in 2 separate queues that come out the other side. I've gone to this metal detector. The guy said, "Can I look in your bag?" And I've basically gone, "There's a ring. Please don't say anything." Like properly, like when you're like voices breaking and you're your kid. "There's a ring in the bag. Please don't take it." Anyway, I've managed to get through, gone to the Colosseum, and the tour guide knows about it, and he keeps going, So then thought I've got through the rest of it, and then he keeps like winking at me, going, "It's beautiful, it's romantic." And I'm like, "Mate, I'm not proposing in the Colosseum. You've got to get the head." Anyway, so it was so stressful. Came out of the Colosseum, got through that, and then I'm thinking, what am I going to do here? Anyway, because my dad's medication was left at home, and it was quite an urgent medical thing. My mum managed to get an urgent passport renewal, so she did lose about 4 or 5 days of holiday, but she got out to Croatia. I went to Croatia. We all got there, and then the next day, me and Alex went for a meal on our own. The sun was setting. I had a load of photos out from all our memories. Proposed to her just as us two, on this beautiful setting as the sun was setting, with a load of photos from down the years that I put in like a heart shape from down the stairs. Everyone was there. My mum was there, and then the next day, it was really nice actually, because the next day was quite overcast. So we just sat outside, drank, celebrated, and told stories, and laughed so much because of the passport. And it was amazing. In hindsight, it was absolutely brilliant, but at the time, it was proper stressful. So
yeah, that sounds
that is why
stressful and amazing.
Croatia has a special place in my heart, mate. A really special place in my heart.